One very common symptom that I've heard from people that they have suffered with from a young age, even into later adulthood, right? They may already have a very good career. They may have a lot of very good jobs and have experience and the know-how to be in that position, but they still feel this feeling of imposter syndrome, right? Or this core self-doubt where they feel like they could be found out at any moment now, that everybody around them is going to know that they truly aren't worthy of where they are, or that they don't deserve to be in the position that they are. And this is all going on internally, right? These are all thoughts that they have going on and that they seem to have to battle with on a day-to-day basis. So the ones that I've spoken to since I'm in this niche of emotional neglect, growing up with emotionally unavailable parents, right? They often express how they don't have those core memories of emotional connection, emotional validation, empathy for their thoughts and their feelings with the parent, right? But they do remember constantly having to defend themselves in arguments, constantly having disagreements with them, hearing their parents fight all the time, maybe themselves being in verbal or physical fights even with their parents, right, as well. And this develops this core strong persona that is very self-critical and is constantly hyper vigilant, right? Always trying to figure out what somebody could say negative about them, and being prepared for that so that they can defend themselves, so that they can't be caught off guard. And being constantly prepared for that all the time is very tiring and very draining as well. And it's going to stem from that unsuccessful defending of yourself from a parent, right, or a caregiver. So just remember, this hypervigilance is going to create this self-doubt, because you're going to begin to be more easily able to think of those things, right, of what you could be doing wrong, of what somebody could criticize you for, of what somebody may be thinking about you or saying to others about you. And this is going to lead to that fear of failure, the fear of failing to meet others' expectations, because of how self-critical you are and how prepared you are to defend yourself at all times, right? So this is what leads to that imposter syndrome as well. And this core self-doubt is going to hamper you in many areas of your life, whether it comes to relationships or a job or a career, right? It's just going to be this constant sense of self-doubt, of having low self-worth, where you can't seem to muster up the energy or the strength to continue doing what it is that you're doing if it's not perfect, or if it's not done to a level that can't be criticized by others, right? That's something that I've constantly heard from people. So just digging into what beliefs your parents may have unintentionally created in you and caused in you, right? Where you have to feel this way, to where you feel ready, have to be ready to, oh my God, where you feel like you have to be ready to defend yourself at all times, where you feel like you're always the odd one out, where you're always the bad person in the conversation, right? These types of beliefs have to be challenged and have to be defeated, right? And often, a lot of times, people just use emotions to cover over them, whether it's anger, whether it's frustration, whether it's any strong emotion that you can use to overpower somebody else, right? That's going to be the types of things that you're going to start to lessen and control once you get rid of those negative self-beliefs that are driving them, right? So hopefully you can make some connections in your own life of how this imposter syndrome is showing up in your life, and then start to dig deeper and ask yourself more questions, right? So that you can reach the why, or how they have been coming up for you. And if that's something that is taking too long, and that you've tried, you've gone to therapy, you've talked to other people, or you've read books, right? Then it's going to be time to try something else, try something new. And that's something that I can offer, right? That I do use forms of hypnotherapy in my sessions as well. So I help people dig into those subconscious root causes, right? What's going on in the background, because those are the types of things that you can't often express in words, right? But your body or your subconscious is going to express them with different clues and cues that I'm going to be able to pick up on. So that's how I'm able to help people make such quick changes, transformative changes that can lead to even more changes in their life, right? By simply finding what it is in their mind that hasn't been switched off or turned or untied, right? Those those knots and unraveling for them so that they can begin to live their life with more choice in how they react. And they may not be perfect at the beginning, right? But over time, they're going to develop that muscle and be able to stick to that way of being, right? That new sense of self that they've been looking for.